everyone, we are back in the Small Victories postcard book today to do this second mushroom design using the Derwent Chromaflow 24 set of pencils. So let's come in nice and close and get started. I've just got my tablet in here because my son is at uni and I'm just checking when he's coming home. I think he's going to be finishing soon, so he might message me. But in the meantime, let's have a go at colouring. We're going to start with the greenery. Grass green I'm going to use for these larger leaves over here. They're not going to be completely this colour, but I'm going to put down a base of this colour first. And then we'll add a bit of the basil green to darken them up a little bit. I'm not very keen on this colour on its own, I have to say. It's okay for grass, but we're not colouring grass. And yeah, so the basil works nicely with it anyway. I notice it's just started raining, so I hope it's not going to get wet. I also noticed that the water company were here, not at my house, but one of my neighbours has got a leak outside their house by their water meter. But there's quite a few water meters have started doing that over the years. Ours did it a very long time ago. This is basil. We're going to use it I'm going to use it at the base, but take it quite far up, just lightly, so it sort of blends in. Yeah, their next door neighbours had theirs done a while ago, and then someone up the road. I think just because of the age of our houses, things start to suffer from wear and tear. Luckily with the water company has to pay to sort it out unless it's actually inside your property. This is on the pavement, so they'll get that sorted out, I'm sure. So that's all good. But yeah, it's raining. I'm going to use this basil for this one, just completely. So just nice and simple, just completing it with this. It's going to match, I think, with the colours that I'm going to do for the rest. I'm not going to tell you yet. I'm going to be naughty and keep quiet, and you'll have to guess. If you watched yesterday's, I sort of vaguely mentioned something I might do, and that's what I am going to do. But if you weren't paying attention, or if you didn't see it, you won't know. But I like these, are such cute little pictures to colour. The reason I didn't do them when I first had my Small Victories book was because other people had done videos from them. But I just thought, oh, I just really want to do them. So I just did something that I wanted to do, which is what I tend to do really with my channel. If people ask me for things, I do them if I can, but usually it's just about doing what I like. It makes it better really, I think, if I'm trying to fit to some sort of algorithm or something like that, it's not really going to work. Okay, my next colour is the scarlet. Just sharpening. And I'm going to make these two little ones here, scarlet and white. I think it's fun, but I need to make sure that I try not to go in the lines of those white, because I really do want to keep them white. So it's going to be quite the challenge for me, you know, I'm not very good at staying in the lines. But the thing is, if you do go over the lines, you might just chill and say it doesn't matter. Or you could get a white pen and just colour over it anyway. So either way, there is a way around it. I don't think the Chromaflows bleed into white pen, so that's all good. So it should all work nicely. I don't know why, but red and white mushrooms, it just feels right. I guess I have seen them growing like that. So it isn't like it's just some sort of fairy tale book, but it is, isn't it? You see them in fairy tale books, or read about them. So there we go. Now I'm going to add a little bit of darker colour on these with the raisin just at the bottom. It just might be a little bit darker at the bottom. I'm just going to put a little bit down there. You don't have to be this fussy if you don't want to. I don't even know if it really shows up that much. It's just making it a little bit darker. Okay. We've got a lot of stemmage. I'm tempted to do it all quite platinumy. Definitely for these two anyway. It's quite nice to leave them a little bit lighter in the middle if you can. Makes the stems look a little bit more rounded. But there we go. I'm not going to do the other stems quite yet, but I may do them this colour. What should we do? Should we do a sort of shiny mushroom? Yeah, let's do that. I want my denim. It's really long, my denim. And we're going to do this sort of long thin mushroom. And I am going to colour a bit stronger around the outside. So I want plenty of layers along the bottom and edges. Almost like I'm outlining it, like that, and then start to reduce the amount of layers as you come in, so it gets less and less towards the middle. Like this. Oh, that sun is right in my eyes. Thank you, Mr. Sun. I'm just going to put a really light bit there. I'm going to go back out and just really emphasise that. You just need to layer them up like you would with a polychromo. And then less layers as we go in. What are we going to do with it? Well, we are going to go turquoise green in the middle. I think I've done this before on a mushroom for you. But if you put down a really heavy layer of turquoise in that centre, it looks a little bit like it's glowing with that colour. Just nice and cute. Now this one I'm going to do I'm going to start with the violet. This is a really long pencil. I'm going to do the violet on the bottom. So I'm going to make it quite dark at the bottom and then fade it up to the line, if I can. Yeah, I had to replace my violet. It got so short. I bought a new one. But some of them I found in this set have broken a bit and therefore haven't lasted as well. And some of them I'm not very keen on. The blues, the light blue and the blue, I don't use very much. They're very similar to each other as well, so I use them interchangeably, which means that I have ended up not using either of them that much. Whereas the magenta is tiny. But as I say, some of them just break easily. So it's a bit of a shame, but I think I made a mistake when I first had them. Someone gave me this great tip once, that when you have a pencil that's quite soft or prone to breaking, sharpen it with a hand crank sharpener, you know, a dowel or whatever. I've got the Derwent sharpener, it's the magenta. I can do the same thing but from up here. And then it helps to sort of push the lead together almost and helps it be stronger. So that really helps. Just checking in what you could see. And sort of trying to figure out how long I've been but I don't really know. Anyway, if this is short, it's short. I'm just having fun. So I'm sort of fading up to the top as best I can. Now at the bottom we need to do the stems. Now I think I'm going to do all the stems in the platinum, but I'm going to add another colour to them. So here's my platinum, and I'm going to try and still make them a bit darker at the edge compared with the centre like I did before. That's a bit thin at the top. But on this stem, for this one, I'm going to add a bit of this magenta. Just a little bit, to make it a bit of a different colour. This is a bit pinky. And I'm going to go back over with the platinum just to try and sort of blend that up a little bit. And the other one I'm going to do a similar thing but with a blue. I think I used this turquoise green, it's a bit lighter. I think it will go with the platinum better. There, I'm going to leave that like that. I've gone out of the lines there quite a lot. I'm just going to erase that. There we go. And then we've got these two little florals. I think we might do them in the blue. And we've got these sort of cold colours going on. Oh, that's broken. I just tried to sharpen it and it broke. I'm just going to sharpen it in my dowel in a minute. Takes a long time. So this is the blue. I'm going to try and fade towards the tip, but they're very little. So I doubt we'll see very much difference. And for the centre of these, I'm going to use the pale yellow. I don't know what it's called. I'll find out in a minute. Oh, the sun yellow. And I'm going to use it for the centres. It's a bit wobbly. And for these dots, I'm not sure it's really going to show up that well. I'll do my best. There we go. There. Now, I think that is done. I do think it could do with some white dots though, even though I didn't do any on the other one. So I'm just going to grab my Jelly Roll 8. What I'm going to do is this one here, where the dots come up here. I feel like it makes it look a little bit more sort of shiny and magical to add those in. At this point you could whiten up your dots down here if you feel they need it. I think are surprisingly okay. But I'm also going to do some dots along this line and this one. I feel like it needs breaking up. That big thick dark line. It's a bit dark. So I just think it will slightly improve things, or just give it a bit of a fun look, whichever way you want to look at it really. And there. I'm also going to dot around here and around here. And my boy sent me a message, so I'm going to go and answer his message in a minute once I've just gone over those. They're a little bit small and invisible. There we go. Let's leave it there. So there is our second one. I hope that was okay. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a really lovely day and happy colouring.